So in this video, I'm just showing you how to write an absolute function or sketch the graph, right? Now, you might think, how is this related to calculus? Well, the next question is a following up question, which basically you have to write as a split function, also known as a piecewise function, okay? So let's start, right? So we're basically doing absolute values as a piecewise function or converting it to a piecewise function. But first, obviously, we need to do A. So I want you to know what's the basis of an absolute function. So obviously we look at a defining equation, not defining equation, like what was the graph before anything happened? It's x. I mean the absolute value of x. So a normal absolute value graph, which is the absolute value of x, just goes like this. Like it's like a V. Okay, mind that, but like it's a V shape that hits the origin, right? And let me draw this again. Yeah, right. Okay, just make it hit, right? Now, I can rewrite this 1 minus 4t as minus 4t plus 1. Work it out. I mean, 1 minus 3 is the same as minus 3 plus 1. Did nothing wrong, right? So I'm rewriting this, right, as, to make it more understandable to me, minus 4t plus 1. Did nothing wrong. So here's the thing, right? Let me draw my graph. The original, okay, let me draw this out. Now let's hope it hits the origin. Right. So what does plus 1 means? It means it moves 1 to the left. But here's the thing, right? You can't. Okay, first let's just chill. Let's stop. 1 over here is the y-intercept. Now this is a straight line, right? So for example, you got y is equal to 2x plus 3. That 3 is a c value, which means it hits the y-axis on that thing, right? So minus 40 plus 1, straight away you know the y-intercept here is 1, right? If you don't know, make x 0, that is 1. Now, so I know it's going to either look like this, or it's going to look like this. Because I know this is 1, it's going to hit. But now I need the x-intercept, right? Now I'm going to work very smart over here. Now, when you're doing this, right, and if you want to work out what's the shift over here, you can't take 1 now because, okay, if you have, let's say, absolute value of x plus 2, you can say that it's moved 2 units to the left because a coefficient of x here is 1, okay? But here it's minus 4. And if we're doing a small, like, a scenario, let's say a parabola, y is equal to x squared. So this is x squared. If you say 2x squared, when the coefficient will increase, what's going to happen is it's going to stretch. So instead of just hitting here and hitting here, it's going to hit there and there. So let's say this is 2 and 2. I mean minus 2 and 2. This will be minus 4 and 4. So can you see it like basically stretches into like something that is like double that, you see. So for me to basically get the true shift, I need to make this 1. Coefficient 1. So if I divide this by minus 4, divide this by minus 4, I basically cancel out that, so that you'll have to t plus 1 divided by minus 4, that's minus a quarter. Minus a quarter. Now, although this is algebraically wrong, we can do this to find out the shift. So t minus a quarter. So what does that mean? It moves a quarter to the right, right? Right. So quarter will be over here. Well, quarter will be actually quite here. Yeah, over here. Quarter to the right. So it looks something like this. Now, just pretend that 1 is over here because I don't know why I'm not drawing correctly. And this will be quarter. Now, to test if this answer is, now this is touching this, remember. If you test this answer is correct, I want you to sub any point over here on the thing. So let's say, let's do a point after 4, so 5. So the absolute value of 1 minus 4 times 5, that's 20. 1 minus 20, that's absolute value of 1 minus 20, that's minus 19. And obviously absolute value of minus 19 is just 19. So it makes sense, right? When x is, what is it called? Over here, which is 5, and the answer will be 19 here. So it makes sense, you could do it correctly. So that's how you do it. Okay, so this is how it will look like. Okay, so write f as a split function. So whenever you want to do this, right, so let's rewrite the absolute value. So y, now f of x or f of t can be rewritten as y or whatever you wanted. So 1 minus 4t but because, okay, just to make you understand, I'm just going to rewrite it. Okay, so this can be rewritten. Obviously we did that over here where we rewritten it. Okay, so I just wrote it as is because yeah, you have to use the same symbol. Okay, so when you do this as a split function, now always this will be a routine approach. You'll always do this approach. I want you to take the positive of this answer. So remove like the thing, what is called the absolute value. So if I want a positive of this answer, it'll be f of t will be equal to minus 4t plus 1, right? I do nothing, I just take it, right? Minus 4t plus 1. If I want the negative of the answer, I put a negative here and I multiply it throughout this whole thing. So it's minus times minus 4t will be minus 1, minus is minus 1. So minus 1 times minus 4t, that will be plus 4t. And then 1 minus 1 is minus 1. So it's 4t minus 1 and minus 4t plus 1, right? Minus 4t plus 1, that's correct. And obviously this is equal to f of t. Now, I want you to think about this very carefully. This over here is a positive answer. What is a positive answer? It's when x is greater than equal to 0. And what is a negative answer? When x is less than 0. Now, I want you to look at this carefully, right? I want you to match something. Minus 4t plus 1, will it be like a negative straight line or positive straight line? It'll be a negative, right? So it looks something like a positive slopes like this, right? And this over here, well, this is 4t minus 1, so it'll be positive, so it'll be like sloping like this, like a tick shape. So if I drew this graph, I mean obviously I drew it over here, what slope will this be? This will be the negative slope, right? So obviously it's going to represent minus 4t plus 1. I mean minus 4t, minus 4t plus 1, yeah, sorry, plus 1. And it makes sense, right? Minus 4t plus 1 and it's going through 1. And minus 4t, that's so minus 4t is basically the equation of this line. And this line over here is going to be the positive equation. So, yeah, 4t minus 1. And it makes sense because that minus 1, without the absolute value, it's going to touch minus 1 over here with a y-intercept. So now what you want to do is simple, right? This is your piecewise function. So write f as a split function. So basically now what you want to do is exactly the same, but just that you want to put that there and that there. So f, now we can rewrite f as a split function. So we say f of x, because f of x is the whole piecewise function, is equals to, open brackets, minus 4t plus 1. So minus 4t plus 1. And then 4t minus 1. And then over here what you want to say, it's x is less than 0 because it's negative. And then over here x is greater than equal to 0. So this is your piecewise function, split function.